Welcome fellow problem solvers, my name is Mr Oosthuizen. Remember to share, like and subscribe. Thank you for joining. So yes, adding and subtracting integers. So it's like adding integers, walking in this direction, right? Or subtracting integers and then you walk in this direction. And that will make so much more sense if you have a number line in front of you. Stay tuned for this video. Enjoy. Hi fellow problem solvers, so let's look at adding and subtracting integers. The first thing you need to notice, and I want you to practice and say this out loud with me. A plus times a plus is equal to a plus. Okay, second then, a minus times a plus is equal to a negative. Thirdly, a positive, like a plus, times a negative is equal to a negative. And lastly, a negative times a negative is equal to a positive. So a very easy way to remember this is if the two symbols you are multiplying are the same, then they become positive. If the two symbols you are multiplying with are different, then it becomes a negative, like for instance over here. And that's what takes place the moment we add and subtract. Now it's interesting, I'm talking about adding and subtracting, now I'm talking about multiplication as well. But let me just quickly indicate what I mean by that. So 7 plus a negative 17 can be written as follows. It can be written as a 7, and now a plus times a negative becomes a negative. Okay, the same over here at number 4. We can write this as a negative 9 minus 6 because the plus times a negative is a negative. So keep that in mind. Okay, let's do a few examples. Let's do the calculations. So remember, adding is going in the positive direction, so this is adding, and subtracting is going in the negative direction. So 7 plus a negative 17, in other words 7 minus 17, means we're starting at 7, right over here, and then we move into the left, negative 17. In other words, this answer will then be equal to minus 10. Okay, so practice it and see if you can get the same answer. Now let's look at number 2. You start with a negative 11 minus 12. In other words, we start at negative 11, but we go to the left because we're subtracting 12. This means it will become minus 23. Okay, then let's look at example 3. So here, we've got negative 8, in other words, we start at negative 8, but we add 17, in other words, we're moving to the right. So from 8, you add 17 units, and if you do the calculation, it will be plus 9. Okay, and then lastly, negative 9 plus a negative 6 is the same as negative 9 minus 6. So in order to do that, we start at the negative and then move towards the left, which this will become then minus 15. I hope this helps. Next video will be on multiplication and division of integers.